U.S. natural gas prices are higher today as a powerful late winter storm hit the northeast of the country. Weather forecasters warned of heavy snow, fierce winds, and coastal flooding, with about 40 million people expected to be affected. Natural gas is used for generating electricity and heat. Well, mortgage rates have dropped to the lowest level since September of 2022. Freddie Mac says the average rate on a 30-year mortgage is 6.01%. Interest rates fell last week after the softer than expected consumer price index inflation number. A year ago, rates were 6.8%. Well, Toyota is considering preventing drivers from switching off safety features in its vehicles. According to Akihiro Sarada, president of Toyota's Software Development Center, the Japanese automaker is committed to achieving its goal of zero traffic accidents, not just fatalities, but all auto accidents. This comes at a time when a large percentage of drivers want more and more safety features in their cars. And Mr. Clean is retiring after nearly 70 years. In an animated video posted on Instagram, it was revealed that the beloved bald mascot of certain Procter & Gamble cleaning products would be entering a new chapter. Additional details on Mr. Clean's next adventure will be shared on March 4th. Walmart is committed to upskilling its 1.6 million employees. The retailer announced plans to provide free training on Google AI fundamentals to frontline and corporate workers in the U.S. and Canada. It's an effort aimed at improving productivity, narrowing the widening AI fluency gap, and fostering long-term talent retention. Samsung's next flagship devices will offer Perplexity as part of an expansion to support multiple AI agents in Galaxy AI. Perplexity's AI agent will work with apps including Samsung Notes, Clock, Gallery, Reminder, and Calendar. Samsung will have its Galaxy Unpacked event on February 25th. President Trump demanded that Netflix fire board member Susan Rice or pay the consequences. Susan Rice served in both the Biden and Obama administrations. Trump called her purely a political hack. The Department of Justice is reviewing the proposed acquisition of Netflix over Warner Brothers Discovery. And Apple may unveil no less than 5 new products at its event on March 5th. Bloomberg reports those include a low-cost MacBook, iPhone 17e in a deep red color, and a new iPad Air. It may also include some new chips and software. From the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Jane King with your Tech Report. Tensions between the U.S. and Iran are driving up crude oil prices. One area in focus is the Strait of Hormuz, a waterway in the Middle East that handles 20% of both the global oil and liquefied natural gas supplies. Iran is one of the world's leading oil suppliers, and its government has made it clear that it intends to retaliate if President Trump moves forward with threats against the country. Well, Deere & Company is having its best month in 50 years. The stock surged on an earnings beat and a bullish outlook on farming. John Deere is also expected to benefit from AI use in agriculture. Analysts say China may be less likely to buy U.S. soybeans after the Supreme Court decision on tariffs. However, U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer brushed off suggestions that the Supreme Court ruling that threw out Trump's sweeping global tariffs will result in China buying fewer U.S. soybeans. Well, attention, Topo Chico fans, brace yourself for a possible shortage that could stretch into the summer. Coca-Cola, which owns a carbonated mineral water brand, said the flagship product sold in glass bottles is temporarily unavailable in the U.S. because the facility upgrades at the water source and production facilities in Mexico. Production has slowed over the past 2 months because of problems with the wells in Monterrey that source the water. A new longitudinal study finds that cannabis use among adolescents increases risks of being diagnosed with bipolar and psychotic disorders, as well as anxiety and depression years later. The study, which was published in JAMA Health Forum, Researchers analyzed health data on 460,000 teenagers in the Kaiser Permanente health system in Northern California. The teens were followed until they were 25 years old. They found that cannabis use among adolescents increases risks of being diagnosed with bipolar and psychotic disorders years later. The maker of Wegovy, Novo Nordisk, shares are down this morning after its next generation weight loss drug didn't match that of Eli Lilly in clinical trials. Novo is exploring additional trials to test CagriSema, including higher dose combinations. The company has high hopes for the drug, which combines semaglutide and cagrilintide, another hormone released in the pancreas that affects appetite. And attention, Topo Chico fans, brace yourself for a possible shortage that could last into the summer. Coca-Cola, which owns the carbonated mineral water company, said the flagship product sold in glass bottles is temporarily unavailable in the U.S. because of a facility upgrade at a water source and production facility in Mexico. Fans like Topo Chico for its supposed enhanced hydration, support for digestion, and essential mineral intake, which includes calcium, magnesium, and potassium. From New York, I'm Jane King. Here's to your health.